I cut myself 3 times today at work. Didn't I only noticed one of them. The other two, I just looked down and saw blood, and I'm like, what the? When did that happen? So, you might be wondering why there wasn't a Rants and Rambles last week. I recorded one. I ended up deleting it. Uh, because, well, here's what happened. I don't know if you heard of this, but there was a huge storm here in San Antonio, and it was like this freak storm that just kind of, like, we were expecting some rain, some wind, but this thing, it appeared suddenly, it wreaked havoc, and then it just left. Like at work, we had water coming in the doors. Then there was like a lightning hit the roof, and I think it like messed up one of the vents or something, and so we had to send our customers home. Like we weren't allowed to serve them until that got fixed or something. And so, yeah, I was excited to be going home early, but along the way, you're seeing like light poles and trees getting pulled out, landing, some of them landing on unfortunate people's trucks and whatnot. And then I get home and there's like yellow tape and a bunch of people huddled around, and I'm like, oh, fucking shit, what's going on? The manager tells me that like the electric pole or whatever that's attached to the fuse boxes, like it got blown over by the wind or whatever, and so I think it got hit by thunder or something. I don't remember the exact things she said, but the most important part is that there was no electricity in the entire building. So, I go to sleep Thursday morning, life's always been kind of easy for me in some ways. A lot of things find a way to just work out for one, and so I went there and I just read ebooks on my tablet. Since it still had battery and it had light. There was no light in here. I actually cut my foot bumping into something. I really should clean this apartment. But, yeah, I didn't have electricity from Thursday night until Tuesday morning. It was around 6 a.m. It came back on. So, yeah, Thursday, I dealt with it. Not a big deal. It was upsetting, but not life. It was upsetting and it altered my daily routine, but like it didn't completely fuck up my life. And then I'm hearing a lot of people say like, oh, City of San Antonio is trying to make sure everyone has power by 5 p.m. But then a manager ends up telling us, it's going to be 2 days, there's too much damage. And I'm like, what the fuck? So yeah, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, no power. And it sucks because like, no internet, which means no anime, no YouTube, and no electricity at all, so no video games. Neither of my laptops were charged, and I'm having to take all of my stuff, my laptops, my Bluetooth stuff, my tablets, and just charge them at work. So yeah, walk in there with an overstuffed backpack. Everyone likes what's going on, and I'm like, they're telling us we might not get electricity back till Monday, so I'm charging my shit here. And then I ended up spending the weekend with, well, not the entire weekend, but I went to my grandmother's first thing Sunday morning, because I was told it was gonna get above 100 for the first time this summer, which surprisingly late, since we're already getting in the 80s at night. But anyways, so yeah, I spent the day there, and I actually was working on my autobiography the entire time, and I managed to all but finish it, and then, and actually, because, Friday morning, at night, I would watch, listen to music, watch some of the videos I've saved, read the ebooks that I've downloaded already, and on my tablet. But during the day, Friday morning, Saturday morning, and then all Monday when I came back, because I thought we were going to have electricity back sometime during the day. Like, it didn't come back till Tuesday morning, so like, I can only tolerate so much of my grandmother. So Tuesday morning, left around like 10 p.m., got back home by noon, and I'm being told 10 p.m. I'm looking forward to it. 10 p.m. comes, no electricity. 10:30, no electricity. Eventually, I go to sleep, probably around midnight or 1. Then, at like 6 a.m., like, I wake up and oh, all the electricity is on. Still no cable. Internet and cable were not returned until Wednesday morning. So yeah, it's been an interesting experience. Good news is, like I said, I managed to finish the book, and now I am taking my time to do extensive research into publishing. I want to make sure I get this right, and while I know there's little chance of me making a profit on 2 years of work, and that there's very little chance of me being number one on the New York Times bestseller, the main goal here is to, number one, just put something out there into the world. Have the joy of knowing that I created something and I put it out there to be viewed, and someone might somewhere in the world might be enjoying it. And if and just more than anything else, trying to grow the audience. Just see if I can get an audience, because if you can go on your own and sell a few thousand, that's honestly one. I'm being told, at least, that in this modern day, that's one of the best way to get a publisher's attention. So, I don't know if I can even get in the hundreds, but I'm gonna try. And I've got a couple of people with bigger audiences than me. Not gonna call them out directly on here, but I know a couple of people online with bigger audiences than me who have said, "Yes, send me something, and I'll do a review, pimp you out." So I have that to look forward to, and I know for sure I can sell at least a few copies, to I'm not showing my relatives, but to some coworkers and friends and stuff. I know I got at least a few that I can push out. I'll make some money. I'll get some sales, and let's just hope that the rest of the world, that word of mouth spreads. So, yeah, gotta say, I'm very happy electricity is back, but there was at least a tiny bit of joy. It's weird to say this, but I felt like a kid again, back in the 90s, before we knew how big the internet could be. Just like I said, spending the entire day with Eminem playing, and just reading Calvin and Hobbes on the floor. The worst thing about the no electricity was no AC. It's June. It's summer in Texas. No AC sucked. That being said, the cold pasta and cold showers helped. My fridge unfortunately crapped out. Like, some of the stuff lasted a few days. I ate as much as I could, but at the same time, I'm trying to watch my diet and not. I can't be just stuffing everything in my face like I used to when I was a teenager. So a lot of stuff in my freezer got thrown out, unfortunately. Food. The food bank, thankfully, they made donations for the people who did lose electricity, especially since we went a whole week without it. So we got a lot of canned vegetables and a couple soups and 2 big ass boxes of cornflakes. Look how fucking huge this thing is. Oh my god, seriously. See, net weight 18 ounces, 1 pound, 2 ounces, 510 grams. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna go buy some milk this weekend. But yeah, it's been, these last 2 weeks, for multiple reasons, have been so fucking exhausting, and I'm going through so many emotions. And honestly, I have a lot of fears. I don't know if I've talked about this here. I fear failure. I do fear that, I'll put something out there, something that I put years of my life, that I poured a lot of effort, a lot of my heart and soul into, a lot of blood, sweat, and especially a whole lot of tears into. And then people are just going to say, "You suck, go home!" Like, that would hurt. But it also hurts to think, it's scary to think about what happens if it does happen like you want it to. am I going to be able to live up to those expectations? If I actually do get a chance to do something great with my life, will I stumble and fall? It's rough. These past few days especially, I've just been not feeling it. It's partly just I've been watching a lot more on-demand video movies lately. I finally saw Kingsman. It is amazing. Why did you let me go this long without looking at that? I blame you. I saw Jack Reacher. Loved those. What else did I see? Because I was Equalizer. But this week on Thursday, yay, we got internet and everything back. Part of me knew not to watch it because I'm like, I had this feeling, just based on the top of the story I had the feeling this movie would affect me in a bad way. And I was absolutely right. I watched The Perks of Being a Wallflower, and I spent the entire second half of that movie just crying. And it had nothing to do with, it had to do with the story, but it had nothing to do with, the movie being that good or that sad. I hated it. I hate that other people who, even more fucked up than me, somehow managed to carve out a better life for themselves. Make so many more memories and stuff. And I'm just feeling like shit because this is my life. I don't know if I'm ever gonna have any job better than dishwasher. I turned 29 last month. I turned 29. Still never been on a date. Live alone in a one-room apartment. And there are days when I'm still not sure if I really know what I want to be when I grow up. Life is hard. And it still pisses me the fuck off anytime someone says, even if they don't directly say it, if they even imply it, that your life is this way because you're not working hard enough. Like when people say you don't get dates because you don't ask people out. You don't know my life. I've been turned down by everyone who's ever asked me out, that I've ever asked out. No one's ever asked me out. Years and years of constant rejection make it so now you look at someone, even if I feel something, there's a voice in my head that's just like, what's the point? So, just because I don't ask people out right now, doesn't mean that, I've never asked anyone out, People think, you can, I think most people mean it in a positive way when they tell me, you can do anything. But I can't. Life is hard. For one thing, it's hard to make money. Because in order to earn money, someone else has to give you money. In order to go on a date, you have to find someone who actually wants to date you. And there's only so much you can do about any of that shit. At the end of the day, so much of life comes down to other people. And that makes it difficult because I don't like people. I just don't. Which, mostly just because I got beat. I got beat a lot. Grandmother beat me. My mom's tried to kill me. I got beat up in elementary school. I got beat up in middle school. Got beat up a lot. So I hate every single one of you fucking humans. You're like, aren't you human too? No, fuck you. I am not a human. I am human-esque. If you don't know what that means, esque basically means similar to or resembling. Yeah. I have a lot in common with you humans, but I honestly do not consider myself part of the human race. I've just never really felt like I belonged here. So yeah, that's what's going on. Book is done. I can't guarantee there won't be a couple last minute edits, but I definitely I can't say for sure it'll happen, but I want to by the time I go to bed on Monday, have sent an email that to the printing company and at least started the process of getting the book out there. Because I'm definitely gonna, and actually, because the one I'm looking at right now, it seems so legit, like too legit. The prices seem reasonable. They offer every service imaginable. And it's like, it feels like a perfect fit. In fact, I think that's the only reason I have hesitated. It's too fucking perfect. Now, anything perfect must be lying. And anything easy has its cost. Anything plain can be lovely. And anything loved can be lost. And if you don't know who sang those words, you don't deserve to be on my channel. Get out. I'm done with you. So yeah, I wasn't planning to do this, but I clocked out at 1 in the morning, so yeah, I went to work with a bad back, a swollen foot, and then I cut myself multiple times. So fuck it, I'm ordering pizza because there's a BOGO deal for Daddy's Day. And I'm also going to go pick up some nachos from Taco Bell because fuck it, why not? I'm going to get milk so that I can eat some cereal. Half of the jug is going to go to making some ice cream just on a whim. I was like, well, I'm going to be buying a whole fucking gallon of milk a whole gallon of milk anyways. Let's go ahead and use this as an excuse to make ice cream. So I stole some ingredients from work. Egg, white chocolate, some cream. Couldn't steal a jug of milk. Too big. But yeah. So yeah, I'm going to make some white chocolate ice cream this weekend. I'm going to eat pizza and nachos on Sunday. And, I'm probably going to relax most of Sunday. That's why I said by the time I go to bed Monday, I want to at least try to send an email to them. But one thing that I like is that they actually give a lot of good tips and pointers about formatting and other shit, marketing and stuff, without you even having to, reach out to them and pay money. I love them so far. So hopefully this all works out, because there are some signs that this could go well. And I want to think positively about it. I really do. And I guess the only reason it's hard to is because I'm me. And I suck. If I'm being completely honest, I think this week especially, last week a little bit too, but this week especially, has made me feel like I definitely need to be on medication. But I can't do that because I don't trust myself. I live alone, and especially right now, I can't trust myself to actually take it every single day. And then, it starts working. At least hoping that it works, because sometimes they don't. And I don't know if I'll be able to resist that urge to just stockpile until I have 100 or 200 of them and take them all at once and see what happens. And I also can't just keep up like this. My legs are asleep. My arm is just getting numb. I'm going to have to go ahead and call it quits. But yeah, those have been my 2 weeks. How